Might help, John, if you put it in gear. This is his next exercise in stupidity, possibly. But I didn't get anything done that I needed to get done today. And I was setting up a bunch of stuff. I'm writing a script for a motovlog I want to shoot in the house. A different kind of motovlog, obviously. But I kept getting distracted by phone calls and business. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for a ride. And then I checked the weather, and it's like, woo! I'd been getting texts from the family all day about the storm. Eva sent me a bunch of pictures of the clouds and the cats. And I'm like, I checked the weather, and it's like, oh, I'm about to hit it. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to go for a ride. And I'm thinking, you know what? Screw that. I'm going for a ride without my rain suit, even if it's a short ride. And I'm thinking, where am I going to go? I said, I'm going to go over to the Live Forever, Die Whenever store, get a picture in front of it, and hightail it home, which is 3 miles from headquarters, but it is city miles. And 3 city miles is not the same as 3 country miles. But I'm thinking, I'm putting my Dixon shirt on, going over to the Live Forever, Die Whenever, and get a picture. And start a real good rumor. Is this my, yeah, that's probably the place I should have turned. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Live Forever, Die Whenever is a store that sells vintage rock and roll stuff, but he concentrates on southern rock and biker paraphernalia. Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna hit every freaking light in the rain. That's the way it goes sometimes. I wonder if I can go down that street and go cut across. Maybe. I think I can go to this way. Yeah, sitting in the rain I'd rather move in the rain than sit in the rain. That's cool. You go, guy. Because there's some cool houses back in here. Now I'm going to have to find my way around. You guys are probably going to get raindrops on the camera lens. And you're going to get a little wind because I'm talking this way. We'll hit all the lights. Anyway, it's a cool little store, and I stop in there pretty often to see the owner. He told me his name, I don't know how many times, but mostly we just recognize each other, say hi, get fist bumps, and he knows I'm a fan. And we discuss the Southern Rock concerts and concerts I see, and I always tell him, I've seen David Allan Coe back in the 80s. I've seen Steve Earle dozens of times. I've seen him drunk off his ass in, yeah, here I go. Drunk off his ass or high off his ass in Dayton, Ohio. Oh, we're right here. Let's see if we can figure out how to get up. Yeah, we'll do it this way. We'll go up the sidewalk here and go across. Try not to run over any homeless people. But we're going to get a picture in front of the Live picture here. I seen him in Steve Earle in Dayton, Ohio, at a biker bar, and he played for 4 hours. His band took like 3 breaks, and he never stopped playing. Anyway, we're here at Live Forever, Die Whenever. We'll get a thumbnail picture here. So just hold on. Then they're closed. But talked to a real stone guy there. But he's like, "You've been inside, ain't you?" I was like, "Yeah." Watch out. Yeah, they just don't stop. This because I was going to make this turn here. Now, see, the easy way would be like, go right here, but I'm not doing that. That'd be too easy. I'll get to interstate. Because I want to show you something here. Modification I made. And we'll talk about something serious. And I guess we'll test out this modification. That air cleaner on the side of lowriders, S's and ST's, got that big old phallic looking tube thing. And I didn't think it bothered my leg until when I put my crash bar on, I didn't have enough room. So I got a Arlen Ness big sucker air cleaner, which is very open, but it's also thinner than that big old phallic looking thing. I don't know what the engineers were thinking, and I think somebody should check that guy's hard drive that designed it, but whatever they call the thing. But honestly, I didn't think it bothered me normally until I got this one off, and then I realized it's like I can relax my leg a little bit here, and it made these Moons MC floorboards that much more comfortable. And see how much room I got now, and I put it out here. I got all this room to put my foot up there, even though I don't like these foot pegs. And we'll talk to my buddy Mike about maybe we're welding on some. Watch it there, people. Calm down. It's raining. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a rumor that we all should start and it's like the people, this is the thing about Harley Davidson, the people always control, the market always controls it. Like how many bikes have they designed that the people didn't buy? Now, so I disagree with that sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, why the hell did anybody buy the rocker? It's like, oh, Jesus. But anyway, so it seems across the board that nobody liked the CEO, even though he did keep them in business during a very turbulent time in history. And I agree that he made a bunch of decisions. He said stuff that I thought was stupid. Like saying that they're going to make Harley Davidson a luxury brand like Ferrari or Porsche or Ducati. And it's like, yeah, even if you wanted to do that, I probably wouldn't have said that out loud. That's probably a pretty stupid thing to say. And it was not a way to create and invite the younger market to be a part of the future of Harley Davidson. And he was just, just didn't fit. It just didn't fit. And I thought to myself, I was like, who are they going to replace him with? They're probably going to replace him with somebody worse. Probably that guy from Klaus from the World Economic Forum, something stupid. Oh yeah, he can run a business. Well, yeah, but he's going to run the business into the ground. So I thought, I got to thinking, and in my mind, I like racking my brains, like, the road captain maybe? Yeah, sure. I think the road captain would make a good CEO. But then there's one guy, one name that just kept coming back to me over and over. And even if I've disagreed with him over the course of the years, there's one person that just, I guess, kept coming back to, and that was Matt Laidlaw. And you guys will start the rumor, and I'm counting on you guys starting the rumor that Matt Laidlaw is going to be the new CEO of Harley Davidson. But honestly, like, with the exception of him owning a dealership, and they'd have to do something about that, because they say it was vested interest or something by the other dealers. Like, screw them though. But name one other person that has more passion and more probably interest, not vested interest, but interest in the continuation of Harley Davidson for his own family, like nieces and nephews and cousins and grandchildren and future grandchildren. And somebody who would know how to run business, somebody who understands the business, and somebody who's relatable. How many? I think at every place he would go, he'd be very relatable. People would want to meet him just like they did Willie G. And tell me I'm wrong. Think about that. Tell me that you don't think he would run a business. I guarantee you give the guy, he's smart. I've watched his videos. He makes probably the best touring videos on the planet, honestly. But imagine you say, hey Matt, we're giving you 3 days to put together a plan on the future of Harley Davidson. You can work on that plan a little bit more, but we want a rough idea on 3 days of how to bring in new riders, new designs, new ideals, and the culture in general. What do you think? The culture. Give us an essay about the culture of Harley Davidson. I guarantee in 3 days he'd put together something that'd be amazing. I've watched his videos. He's smart, And he cares about the company he cares about the brand, and I don't mean that in a business aspect. So yeah, what do you think about that? Flynch is out here getting wet for you, so the least you can do is start that rumor. You can also probably send this video to Matt too and say, hey Matt, this guy's going to write you in as a CEO of Harley Davidson. You might want to buy a suit. Yeah, this is all the rain we're going to get. The sky looks bad though. This next exit is called the inherently dangerous Motovlog exit, but should we take it or take the following exit? Yeah, let's take the following exit. I don't want to get stuck in stop and go traffic. Everybody getting food, and I got food at home. I got food at home because the Department of Revenue was not easy to deal with my owed taxes. We came up with an arrangement that I'm not happy about, but I got to live with anyway. But that just means I got to make more money. I've done that my whole life. Been caught with overwhelming debt around my ankles and pulled my big boy socks up and figured it out. I followed you over there and you was driving crazy. Now don't cut in front of me. Anyway, I'm gonna go home and finish putting together a package of Motovlog equipment for my cleaning the house and deciding what to do with this equipment, and found somebody I thought I was going to send it to, and I'll let them tell about it later. I want to make sure the box get to them. I once sent a swing arm to Andrew Rosa for Scott Long's shovelhead, and they claimed it never got there, and I had to rebuild Jack's panhead top end for that swing arm. It was the tube, the old school tube for a swing arm, round swing arm. I mean, I probably would have rebuilt the top end for Jack's panhead anyway, just to sit around and listen to him talk, because it's nothing better than listening to old timers tell stories, especially old club guys that's got exciting stories from back in the day. And Jack was one of the original members of the Seven Sons from Falmouth, Kentucky, and which is an exciting club that I knew from childhood. But that's a story for another day, or I guess that's a story. Or I got more Jack stories. Maybe Jack died last year. I think his son's got his panheads. I think I painted and restored most of his panheads and his Jack Pine 45 that he built, and I did all the work on it. I loved that bike. I painted it red and white like a Coke bottle. Anyway, on that note, I didn't get as wet as I thought I was going to get, but we got a Motovlog out of the deal. It was right up here where I ran over that spike that got a flat tire on my motorcycle that I had to put a tube in, which I still have a plug in, and I still haven't took it out the nicks to fix it. It was right here is where I hit that spike, and I remember making a ting sound, and I didn't know what it was. It looked like a big bicycle spoke, a giant, or a motorcycle spoke, and I took a picture of it and sent it to Pete, and Pete looked it up. Pete, who hates technology, did a reverse Google image search. Turns out it's the screw, or it's a tool used to tighten screws on people's, like when they put screws inside somebody to hold the bones together. There's a special tool they use to tighten them screws and adjust them screws, and that what I had ran over and put my tire was one of those tools. And he's like, yeah, some drunk doctor tossed it out his window when he was drunk driving home, probably. Sure, Pete. Well, on that note, I'm going to cut this short, and I'm going to take the shortcut home and maybe work on shooting the other film I got in the back of my head and clean the house. And on that note, peace out, fuckers.